guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. At the end of the Tournament of Power, the Saiyan Goku made a great team with the Emperor of Evil, Frieza. They were able to take over the Great Victory of Universe 7, while the Android 17 had asked to revive all the universes. After a while, Frieza had returned to planet Earth, accompanied by a powerful Saiyan.
Today, Son Goku, you will be defeated by a being of the same race, because he has much more potential than you, and is even more powerful than you. Don't say stupid things, Frieza. I've been able to reach the Ultra Instinct. Even you won't be able to face me, so get out of here!
How is it possible that there are more Saiyans? I thought the last pure-blooded Saiyans were Kakarot and I.
Your father, King Vegeta, exiled us, because he was afraid of the power of Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. But thanks to Mr. Frieza, we can have our revenge. Prince Vegeta, with a great speed, would try to end the life of Broly's father, but Broly, with his great power, was able to grant him an incredible blow, which made Vegeta retreat a few meters because the power of the fist was overwhelming.
Apparently I've used the Super Saiyan to beat you. Feel honored.
Vegeta would access the Super Saiyan. The battle would become much more even. However, the incredible adaptation of Broly was unreal, since at every step of the battle, he was able to get above Vegeta. Broly's anger would exceed the limit of his emotions, so that at that instant, Broly would get out of control, accessing the legendary Super Saiyan.
No, Broly! Stop! Stop! Don't keep releasing more power!
Even all his father's words were in vain, as Broly's power continued to increase. So much so that even Goku would put on a very serious look.
Where did you get such powerful warrior from? Vegeta, we'll have to merge, since even with the Super Saiyan Blue, we'll not be able to cope with it.
Don't give me orders, Insect. You know I hate merging with you.
While both Saiyans were arguing, Broly with a great speed was able to throw hundreds of energy spheres. Since his power had to be expelled, Goku and Vegeta, with great difficulty, were able to dodge all the energy attacks. But Broly, with it, if he were a beast, would take Vegeta's face, sinking it with incredible force. Goku, with a kick, would try to move it away, but was not able to do anything to him. Vegeta, when accessing the Super Saiyan Blue evolution, was able to free himself, but with a great difficulty.
Damn, Kakarot. Alright, let's do the fusion. Apparently we have no other alternative.
Both Saiyans quickly threw a combined attack towards Broly, creating a large smoke screen, quickly merging, appearing as the powerful Vegeta.
I'm neither Goku nor Vegeta. I'm known as the Beast Tamer, and I'm the one in charge of finishing you, damn beast.
The battle of both warriors was incredible. The whole planet Earth trembled. Even their powers reached the planet of the god Beerus.
Hey, Whis, let's go immediately to Earth. The powers that seem to be released are on another level. I would dare to assure that overcoming most of the gods.
As you order, Mr. Beerus, at this moment we're heading to the planet Earth. Both deities would come to the planet Earth at a great speed. Meanwhile, the battlefield was full of lava, volcanoes, because their fists were able to create a few volcanoes.
I'd love to have more time to give you good manners, but I don't have time for this, so I'll finish with a single attack.
Gogeta would access the Super Saiyan Blue, with which he would join his hands to perform a powerful attack. Broly, without being left behind, in the same way, he would begin to channel a large part of his power, to be able to face the power of Gogeta. However, the clash of both attacks created several dimensional portals. Gogeta was able to super Broly, but when Broly was about to die, he would be teleported, thanks to the desire of the Dragon Balls, but to the planet Earth. A great portal would approach, so Gogeta would rise in the atmosphere of the planet, and with a great power, he was able to reduce the size of the portal, not being dangerous for planet Earth.
Well now, I have to go back to the planet, so that this dimensional portal doesn't absorb me.
Gogeta, with a great speed, would begin to fly towards the planet, but unfortunately the fusion would end at the precise moment, so both warriors were about to be absorbed. Goku, with great speed of reaction, would throw an attack at Vegeta, taking him away from the portal. So Goku would be absorbed, and at the moment that portal would disappear, Vegeta, being without energy for that battle against Broly, would fall to planet Earth very badly injured.
Damn, Kakarot. Where the hell have you been sent? My body hurts. I'm not even able to move a single one of my arms. My bones are all shattered.
Meanwhile, in a very different dimension, we can observe a small blonde-haired warrior who calls himself Meliodas, the leader of the 7 deadly sins, who was in his tavern talking with a beautiful woman named Merlin, who was part of the same group.
But Captain, Escanor's power has increased in an amazing way. Even at this moment, he's fighting against one of the commandments. It'll be better to go and find out if everything is in order, since the power of Escanor at noon is incredible. Even I in my assault mode would not be able to defeat him.
But when both beings were about to be transported to the Great Battle of Escanor and the Galand commandment, from heaven Son Goku would fall near the tavern as if it were an asteroid. He would create a great disaster all around, which would attract the attention of Merlin and Meliodas. Even Hawk, who was in the tavern sleeping, would come out to observe what happened.
But if it's a person, he must be dead, because at that speed and that power, no one would be able to survive.
But they were shocked when they observed the warrior moving slowly, but everything around him was covered with blood.
Where am I? Damn, I've exceeded my body. I'm not even able to move.
Goku would be out of combat, so Meliodas nimbly was able to enter the crater carrying him and put him on a bed so he's able to recover.
Merlin, what happened to Escanor? Do you think you're capable of being able to cure him? Answering your first question, the result was obvious, Escanor. He was able to defeat both commandments. While your second question, I'm not clear, since this warrior exudes absolutely no magic, so I don't know how he's alive. But Merlin, that's impossible. Everyone has a little magic. Even if they're not sorcerers, they're born with that ability. I understand, Captain, but the weird thing is that his entire internal system is healing him on his own, because when I tried to heal him with my magic, I was completely rejected. I have a lot of questions. What a strange subject.
Meanwhile, on the planet Earth, Beerus and Whis arrived, watching as Vegeta was lying on the ground on the verge of death.
Wish him away. He's about to die.
Whis, with his staff, was able to heal him quickly, so after a few minutes, Vegeta was able to react standing up.
Mr. Whis, thank you for your help, otherwise I would have died. What happened there, Vegeta? And why am I not able to feel the power of Son Goku anywhere?
Vegeta was able to explain everything that happened, from the battle with Broly to when Goku was swallowed by that dimensional portal.
This is a problem. It won't be easy at all to fix. Why does Mr. Beerus say that? Whis is able to open dimensions with his staff, so it shouldn't be anything complex to find Kakarot.
Mr. Vegeta, I will explain it quickly. Opening a dimension is simple, you are correct. But something more complex is to look for a dimension, since there are millions of dimensions similar to being, and millions that even have nothing to do.
This is even for the High Priest Daishoken-sama would be complicated. Damn insect. Hope you don't die and survive.
Returning to Goku, he began to react to noticing the place where he was.
Where am I? I don't feel the ki of any of my friends. My head hurts a lot. But if you've woken up, this is a surprise, since you've only been resting for 12 hours and your injuries seem serious. A talking pig? Where the hell am I? If this is a dream, someone wake me up. Stop yelling! Haven't you heard of a talking pig? Well, now that you say it, you're right. In Universe 10, there was a pig-like being that was able to talk. Even most of the destroying gods are animals. Hawk, what happened? We heard some screams, but... Oh, I see you've woken up. How are you feeling? Well, apparently you're the ones who helped me. I'm very grateful to you. My name's Son Goku, or I'm also known as Kakarot. You have a very weird name, but that doesn't matter. I'm Meliodas, and I'm the owner of this tavern, and she's my sister Merlin. Nice to meet you, but I have several questions. Sorry to be so direct. Sure, don't worry, since I also have several questions since I don't understand anything. How is it possible that there's absolutely no magic in your whole body, since that's indispensable to survive? So you give me two alternatives. You're a robot, or you're from another planet. Merlin, stop saying stupid stuff. How are you going to say that to our guest? Magic? They don't use ki here? Where the hell am I?
Meliodas' look would change from smiling to a more serious one because he didn't understand what he meant.
What do you mean? Do you master another kind of magic called ki? This isn't magic. It's the energy that's used from where I'm from. But to tell the truth, I'm not able to feel the power of any of my friends. We don't know where you're from, but you just fell from the sky with great speed and power. Now I remember. Vegeta and I merged to defeat Broly, but the fusion, when finished, was absorbed by a portal that was near the planet Earth. Merlin, is what you're saying possible? Is it possible to travel between dimensions? I don't know, Captain, but to be honest, it's the first time I ever heard of magic or energy called ki, and his outfit's very different from the ones we usually wear. Thank you for helping me, but I'll try to return to my dimension. Since I can't stay in this place, I have to train to become much more powerful. I understand, but what do you think if we have a match? Since I can't see your muscles, you must be very powerful, and I want to test your power. Captain, don't do it! It may hurt him, and we won't be able to do anything to help him. You don't have to if you don't want to, Goku. Don't worry, Merlin. This will be useful for me to stretch my muscles a bit, but surely it won't hurt you if I use my power. You're talking to one of the most powerful beings in this whole place, so don't worry about that. Okay, then you can attack whenever you're ready.
Meliodas, a little annoyed since it seemed that his opponent was underestimating him, he would throw himself quickly, starting with his great attack, but to everyone's surprise, Goku was able to dodge each one of his attacks without difficulty. Meliodas would use a little of his demonic state to be able to balance the battle a little more, but despite all his efforts, these seemed to be in vain.
So you could transform. Do it, because otherwise this battle will be very boring. But attack me! Don't underestimate me. I've realized that your power is much higher than mine, but it'll not be easy for you to defeat me. If you really want me to attack you, I will. I hope you're prepared.
Goku would start attacking, but he had his power at the lowest, and by this oversight, Meliodas was able to connect a powerful blow in the face of Goku, which sent him to the sky.
Ah, that hurt me. Really? This is not an ordinary being, but I'll throw a Kamehameha at him to end this combat.
Goku, when throwing his attack, he noticed with a smile, he would draw on Meliodas' face while returning to normal.
Get this! Fight back!
Meliodas' special ability, which was able to return any attack to twice its power, was a success, as he had successfully caught up with Goku, making him fall to the ground.
Captain, I told you not to overdo it with your power, as it may end this warrior's life, and I have to examine him.
But Goku, with a great leap, was able to completely pull himself together.
That was amazing! You're able to return my attack at twice the power! What kind of technique is that? How are you able to move after such a big attack? Oh, that's nothing. I've suffered much more powerful attacks. Goku, what are you really like? Since you have the appearance of a human being, but for the stamina you have and the abilities, I doubt that you're an ordinary human. I don't know if they exist in this place, but I'm a Saiyan. I'm a being of a warrior race. For that reason, our bodies are designed to have much more resistance than other races. And that means you really are an alien. Well, it could be said that. Hey, Goku, wouldn't you like to join us on this great journey we have? While you find a way to get back to your timeline? Okay, I'll join you, since you seem to be nice people, but tell me, are you at war with someone, or for what reason do they call this Travessia? We are the 7 deadly sins. We're gathering this whole team, as very powerful beings have broken free from a powerful seal, and we must end them before they continue to end the lives of innocent people. But how do they know that they're ending the lives of innocent people? Since, to be honest with you, I'm not able to perceive any energy. Well, that happens because the energy that you possess is very different from our energy, but I'll show you with that sphere.
When Goku observed the sphere that Merlin had pointed out to him, he was able to realize how these, who would call themselves the group of the 10 Commandments, fed on the souls of the human beings to be able to recover the power that they had lost in all this time sealed.
They are cursed. I have never seen such a cruel act. Feeding on the souls of others. That is no forgiveness. I swear I'll annihilate them if I have in front of them.
Merlin and Meliodas were surprised to realize how the whole sky was getting dark and hundreds of rays were starting to fall around Goku. While this whole earth was shaking, that's right, it was the first time in that place such a great power was felt.
This warrior will be a great help to the group of the 7 deadly sins. Goku, please calm down, because if we defeat them, we'll be able to make those souls return to their owners.
Goku would control himself, but he would still be in a great rage, so his look was very serious.
Of course I'll join you. I won't allow those who human beings are treated as if they're worthless. In that case, you will be the 8th cardinal sin. With which animal or beast do you symbolize yourself? Zaru. I know they don't know what that is, but they'll find out very soon.
Goku would be the 8th cardinal sin, symbolized by the Ozaru of the supreme power. Meanwhile, in a very distant place, there were 10 beings resting. That's right, there were 10 commandments. Their leader, Zeldris, would stand up.
Meliodas. He has betrayed us. Being the leader of the 10 commandments, he preferred to ally himself to the side of the goddesses, and this has no forgiveness. We will have to end him.
It would be very cruel to end the life of our own brother, but he was the one who sought this inevitable end, and we will be able to do nothing with him.
This was said by a peculiar white-haired warrior, who, as soon as he finished his sentence, was able to make a small bird explode, which had even mutated.
I want them to be at the maximum of their abilities. Being since sealed but for hundreds of years, we don't have our magic even at the average level of a demon.
All the commandments, they began to absorb the magic of all the human beings that were around the place. Meanwhile, Meliodas was able to find Ban, the fox of the 7 sins capital.
Captain, long time no see!
They both started to fight, but it was their normal greeting as Goku was about to intervene.
Don't worry, that's a normal thing between them since they're best friends.
Oh, I understand. But what a peculiar way to greet each other.
Captain, who is this guy? I want to introduce you to the newest member of the Deadly Sins. He's Son Goku, the 8th Deadly Sin.
Ban would be very surprised by the captain's response, but thinking that Goku was a weakling, he'd approach the same.
I can tell that you're kind of muscular, but that doesn't define if you have the powers to be one of us. As even holy knights, we tried and no one has been worthy.
I can understand that you want to check my power, and for me it's fine. Let's have a little battle.
This will be interesting, and I'll be able to analyze Goku a lot more since we have fought. I wasn't able to clearly see his movements. I'd never deny a battle, much less the being who would be our new partner, but you better be prepared since I'm not gonna have mercy.
Ban, you better not get complacent, as he is really powerful. Goku would start with a warm-up. Being able to move all his limbs, Ban quickly would start attacking, being in vain, since each of his punches were not strong enough to be able to at least scratch Zoro.
Zoro's punching fist!
Ban's fist went to Goku's chest, but his fingers were completely shattered upon making contact with his body. Ban would quickly retreat.
I realize you're a tough guy, but what do you think about this? Feast of the Hunter!
Ban's power had increased in an amazing way, while Goku noticed that his power had decreased slightly.
This technique reminds me of when one of Babayidi's warriors wanted to absorb my power, and I made him explode, but this being uses it much more in limited capacities. What the hell? How is it possible that you have so much power? I'm not able to move at all, and I feel like my body's gonna explode.
Goku, with quick movement, was able to grant him hundreds of very light blows, but he had sent Ban flying with parts of his body destroyed. Goku would put on a worried look.
Oh no, I've overdone it, and apparently ended his life. What'll I do now? That was a great match, and don't worry about Ban, as he's known as Ban the Immortal, so there's never a problem whatsoever.
But everyone was surprised to realize as Ban, despite having recovered, kept complaining. Even Merlin would try to soothe his pain with magic.
The power of Goku really possesses is incredible, so much so that even the body of an immortal is able to withstand it.
Meliodas had taken Ban to rest in one of the rooms of the tavern. While they were heading to the sacred land in search of Meliodas' seal power, in the course of the way, King of the Sloth Bear would meet all the warriors.
So you are headed to the Holy Land. I'll be with you. Because of the return of the 10 Commandments, it will be dangerous to be apart.
You're right, King, because it would be better to be united, because that way we're much more powerful, and we won't stay defeated so easily.
They had already reached the sacred land in which, above the head of Meliodas, a giant pearl could be observed.
I hope you're ready, Meliodas, to regain all your demonic power. You have been able to complete the control of self-tests, and you're worthy to reclaim what is yours again.
Meliodas would remember how his tests of self-control were, since in front of his eyes, the woman of his life was snatched away again and again, to the point of completely controlling his emotions. The goddess was able to release all the power of Meliodas, which would begin to penetrate the whole body. Beginning to increase its power so much was the increase of magic. On this occasion, the 10 Commandments was able to feel the power of Meliodas.
Now that's definitely him, since Meliodas' power was sealed by the looks of it, but he doesn't know how powerful we are.
Meliodas was able to master his power completely, so he would ask to go to see the Ten Commandments. Merlin would fulfill his request by teleporting him for a few seconds. At the moment of arriving, Zeldris and Farin launched themselves against him, but it was completely in vain since Meliodas was able to dodge them with a little difficulty. They better not do their own thing, since we don't think we'll tolerate them ending the lives of innocents. They better not look for Garland, since he's been defeated by one of the 8 deadly sins. Estrosa would stand up, or Merlin's technique would be activated, with which Meliodas would return to the Sacred Land. And tell me, Meliodas, how would you see the 10 Commandments? Do you think it'll be easy or a complicated battle? The power of the 10 Commandments has always been incredible, as they are the elite of the Demon King, being equaled only to the Dark Knights. But Captain, if we first attack, with Goku's power, I'm sure we'd be able to do something. No, Ban, it's not time yet, but very soon we will. Meanwhile, Gloxina, one of the commandments, would leave together with Droll, since both were not yet able to recover all their magic. So they decided to form a tournament in which Gloxinia, being the fairy king of the past, would grant a wish to the winner of the tournament. While Droll, being a giant, would form a huge labyrinth, the deadly sins upon hearing the news would come in the same. We don't have to allow them to be able to recover all their magic, as they only do it to become more powerful. Okay, it'll be better to go and stop them. Goku is right. Likewise, we are the deadly sins.
That's right, Captain. Of course, we'll be able to do it.
I'm only worried about what the tournament is at night, and I won't be able to use my power to defend myself. I feel like I'll be a hindrance.
Don't worry, we're all a team, and we'll be able to help each other.
That's how everyone quickly left for the tournament, in which, when they arrived, they realized how the parades they were not able to cross. So, the duo of Ban and Meliodas were able to cross the wall without any effort, which would bring out a smile in Goku.
I don't know which world I've fallen into, but this is getting more interesting every time.
The wall would be destroyed, but at the moment, Gloxinia would form several teams of a couple, so that they would fight among themselves. Goku, not possessing magic, would not be counted as a participant, so the combats would continue normally until the moment in which Escanor, with his great determination, was able to invoke his sacred sword Rita, which would illuminate the whole night, as if it were a great sun. But Escanor would nimbly throw his great attack against both commandments. Meliodas, this, in the same way, would try to end the life of both, while everyone else would be locked up underground.
No, this can't be happening. Mr. Meliodas won't be able to do anything against the 2 commandments.
But one of the magicians was able to observe how, despite being 2 against 1, Meliodas was beating them.
But it'd be better to get out of there.
When Goku was about to destroy the barrier that had them locked up, the same magician was able to teleport them very far from the place.
Droll and Gloxinia, whatever they've been promised, they'll not fulfill them, so they'll die in vain. But I'll free them from their tragic fate by ending their lives myself.
But Meliodas, about being able to finish with both commandments, everyone else came to the battlefield. Already having their magic to the maximum, Zeldris, the captain of the 10 Commandments, in a quick movement was able to cut off the arm of the brother Meliodas, while another commandment was able to tie his spirit to the battlefield.
Chains of Fate, activation!
While a blonde-haired girl would start giving him hundreds of blows. That's right, it was a special technique called Star Combo, which the more blows gave his victim, his power doubled. Meliodas would fall to the ground very badly injured, but with his mouth, he would be able to take his sword.
This is the technique used against Hendrickson, but on a much larger scale.
The great technique that in the past was able to finish off the demon Hendrickson, on this occasion was neutralized by a single hand of his brother, Estarossa, the commandment of love.
I'm sorry, dear brother, but today you'll have to die, and I won't let you make fun of us again.
Estarossa would reveal the whole story of Meliodas, while his friends, thanks to the magician, were able to see and hear everything that happened. Estarossa, with one of his techniques, would begin to insert several arrows into the body of Meliodas.
The high-level demons, we possess 7 hearts, but when we're all destroyed, they have no other destiny than death. I can't help but watching this. Damn!
Goku would quickly use teleportation, so he would begin to move at incredible speeds, quickly reaching the battlefield, holding the hand of Estarossa.
You better calm down, murderer. Right now I'm gonna finish with all you.
Zeldris quickly pounced against Goku, but to his surprise, Goku, with only one of his fingers, was able to stop his sword. He would be upset. he would free himself from Goku's grip, so both brothers launched themselves against Goku. But Goku, by releasing his pressure a little, was able to make them all fall to the ground completely, without the hope of moving in the least.
I'm not in the mood, so if you don't want to die, you better do everything I tell you, because I'm the most powerful cardinal sin of all.
All the other commandments, without caring the least about Goku's words, they launched into the attack, since from their point of view, they were not going to allow any simple human to give them orders. One of the commandments would throw a large sphere of magic in the form of a dragon, but Goku, with one of his hands, disintegrated it without any difficulty. Jirai would use his combo of blows again, but against Goku it was totally in vain, since for Goku it was absolutely nothing.
I have no other choice. I will use the demonic invocation, Sacrifice of Hearts.
Monspeed, one of the most powerful commandments, had renounced 6 of their hearts, exchanging them for an amazing destructive power, which would make him mutual Jirai when observing his companion, would likewise use the demonic invocation. Both began to transform, while Goku watched without any concern.
These warriors are absolutely nothing. Their power is compared to Gohan's power when we fight Majin Buu. They're no threat to me. Damn. I can't believe that we're the so-called 10 Commandments are humiliated by a mere human. This is unforgivable.
He would try to stand up, but despite all his efforts, they were useless. While in the underworld, the Demon King was watching everything that happened, being very thoughtful.
I don't know how Meliodas has been able to ally himself with someone as powerful as that warrior is, but I have to end Meliodas' life as of place, so that he loses those stupid emotions.
The Demon King will transmit much more power to Estarossa so that he'd be able to finish with Meliodas.
I've only one chance, and must be with that damn human that's distracted by the others.
One of the commands would cause a great explosion with which a great smoke screen would be formed.
It's time! Meliodas dies! Demonic revelation!
A gigantic dark-colored sword would quickly descend towards Meliodas' chest. Goku, not being able to perceive the magic clearly, he was not able to do anything, because when he realized it was too late, that's right, the great sword of Estarossa was able to completely pierce him, destroying his 7 hearts with a single impact.
If you want to kill me, do it, but our task is done.
Goku's gaze would completely cloud over. When he remembered how Meliodas had welcomed him to his house, granting him food, Goku would cry out angrily, and frustration had access to the Super Saiyan, with which he was able to make everything around him tremble, even the planet they were.
This is amazing. Goku's power is able to do all this. Why do I change his hair to golden?
This warrior really hides too many secrets.
Goku, with an incredible great anger, would release a pressure so suffocating that he had even destroyed all the bones of the 10 Commandments.
I don't know who the hell you are, but what I'm sure is that you're not human. You're something that goes way beyond that.
You shouldn't be interested in what I am. They should only know that I'll be the one who'll end each of their lives.
Goku, being approaching the 10 Commandments, was surprised to realize how the commandments would disappear.
Damn it. Since I'm not able to master that energy called magic, they're able to escape without me noticing.
Goku would return to his base state approaching Meliodas, but when he was about to arrive, the goddess Elizabeth would have him in her arms, while tears ran down her cheeks.
Damn, even though I was so powerful, I wasn't able to protect Meliodas.
That tragic day had passed quickly, in which everyone was in the tavern a little thoughtful. However, Ban would approach Goku.
I know everyone's curious, but I'll ask. How can you change your hair from black to gold? And where have you been able to expel that power from? Just as I've told Meliodas and Merlin, I belong to a warrior race called Saiyan, and we are able to transform and even possess the divine energy.
Do you mean to say that the power of a god flows through your body?
You're correct. It's my most powerful transformation. Since the Ultra Instinct, I'm still not able to completely master it.
Do you think you could show us that transformation with divine energy?
But can we learn it? Or that's impossible.
Goku, without paying attention to what Ban said, would start accessing the Super Saiyan Blue, with which he had illuminated everything around him in a blue color, while a pressure in the air felt.
Even now that it's noon, and my power is at its highest point, I'm not able to feel terror in the face of that pressure.
And this is the Super Saiyan Blue.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.